Some CEOs starting new jobs today. The big question, will 2024 be the year of C-suite shakeups? Prominent companies like Morgan Stanley, Krispy Kreme, and Sherwin-Williams starting this year with brand new CEOs. Plenty more are expected to add new names to executive positions throughout the year. So how will all of this turnover impact business models as we start off this year? Here to answer that question, we've got Andy Challenger, Senior Vice President and Head of Sales and Media at Challenger, Gray & Christmas. Andy, thanks so much for coming on with us to talk about this. We're going to talk a lot about the overall jobs market, but I got to start on this CEO shakeup. I mean, what's going on with all the CEOs? Why are we seeing so much turnover in this position?
Sure. Yeah, it is kind of an underreported story. We're seeing the highest level of CEO turnover over the course of 2023 as compared to any year that we'd tracked over the prior 20. It was a big spike. It was higher than 2019 when people were heralding it as an exodus of CEOs. But what I think we're seeing is a couple of factors. Pent-up demand for turnover. There were a lot of CEOs that were asked to stay on through the COVID crisis, not to leave their companies in the middle of a lot of turmoil. And now they're feeling more comfortable and able to leave. And also companies feeling more certainty about what the post-COVID world is going to look like and bringing in new leaders to adjust to strategies that are based in this new world.
Andy, what are you seeing sector-wise? And when it comes to what this all means then for 2024, this trend that we saw play out in 2023, is that something that you see sticking here then in the new year?
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see an elevated rate of turnover, both at the C-suite level and in the rest of the labor market. We really saw it concentrated in a handful of industries that saw the biggest spikes in growth during the COVID years, but maybe some coming back down to the earth in 2023. So finance, healthcare, technology, a few areas where there was an extra concentration of turnover at that top role.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those sectors that you mentioned continue to have strength even following the pandemic, particularly in healthcare. I feel like every time I do an interview about the jobs market, that one maintains its strength. What about the sectors that we're starting to see some challenges in? Where do you think it's the hardest to get hired heading into 2024?
Yeah, we continue to see the struggles of job seekers in a few areas, and those are the ones that maybe overhired during the COVID period because they saw this huge change in consumer demand for their products. So technology-based companies that shifted into kind of extreme hiring mode for 2 years and then now are scaling back. We have seen, while there is a lot of hiring happening in healthcare, we've also seen a lot of turnover there. So more volatility than most industries because like technology and like finance, those were areas that really spiked and had to come back down to earth with the changes that were happening in the post-COVID period.
Andy, two questions here real quick when it comes to AI. One, is that craze far from over when it comes to AI really driving some of that hiring momentum this year? And two, just how much do you think from your checks and the conversations that you're having with companies, how much has the AI technology really disrupted the hiring process?
I think we're just at the very start of that. It's on the tip of every HR professional's tongues over the last year. Haven't gone a day without a conversation about it in many, many months. But the actual implementation of artificial intelligence into the hiring process is still in its nascent stages. We're going to see a lot more to come there. From the job seeker side, we are seeing job seekers starting to get smart and use artificial intelligence to create really well-crafted resumes and cover letters and extra correspondence that's targeted at every opportunity. And employers are figuring out how to use that technology as well. I think we're going to see that kind of war in use of artificial intelligence in the hiring process continue throughout 2024 and into the preceding years.
All right, Andy Challenger, thanks so much for taking the time here to join us this morning. Senior Vice President and Head of Sales and Media at Challenger, Gray & Christmas. Thanks.